What's really cool is if you look at that tree right there, you can see how much the water has receded. And even here on the shoreline, you can see how much it's gone down. And that's only been 18 hours of drainage. And I've only put 2 holes in the dam. And just like that, we are at the end of January 2020. Where the heck did this month go so quickly? Tonight I'm going to be hunting up in North Texas, and the primary target is going to be, hey, Cree, what's up, buddy? Actually, he's not the primary target. The first target tonight is going to be beavers because this pond is backed up a lot higher than it needs to be. Secondary, we're going to be going for coyotes. Steve Davis really wants me to check out these Hammer Hunters 124s through a coyote, and I'm probably just going to be hunting off of this deck because they frequent this area a lot. And if a hog comes out, hogs haven't been up here a lot, primarily because we know we've got guys that are running dogs illegally on this property. We've tried to contact all the neighbors to see if we can get this situation resolved, leaving them notes to try to figure out what we can do. We're not getting a lot of response, so we're going to be calling Texas Parks and Wildlife and letting them handle that. We've got pictures of their dogs. We got pictures of them. We got game cams all over this place that get sent to our phone, so we know instantly. I do have the Fox Pro bullets. Cree. Cree. Fox Bullet Classic Hunters. If a hog does decide to come out, they've been coming out during the daytime, so I'll just be checking the cameras throughout the day, and the feeders are within running distance of here, so we'll get all set up and take care of this little puppy because he's going a little nuts right now. He's missing some of his buddies who's typically up here, so we'll get loaded up. So rumor has it, if you create a leak in here, it'll drive the beavers out, so I'm going to actually pull some of this apart. Man, I don't know if I'm able to do that. I really want to use tannerite, but the way that this is all situated, that's not going to be doable because I'm not going to be able to get 100 yards, as you can tell, in order to shoot it from internally there. So I'm just going to try to yank some of this apart, see if we could drive Mr. Beaverman out of here. From the deck of the house for the next hour, I watched to see if any beavers would emerge from the pond. At 5:30, I decided to spot and stalk the property to see if anything else was moving around, to no avail. I came home to take care of Cree, and for whatever reason, the beavers always seem to show up around 9 p.m. At 8:40, I got a notification on my phone that something was moving at one of our feeders. I grabbed my 6.5 Creedmoor, already mounted to my Manfrotto tripod and hog saddle. I ran 350 yards to get into position. Before leaving, I swapped out the ammo from the 124 grain Hammer Hunters to the 139 grain Fox bullets. I changed to the right zero, and we'll pick up the action from here. In slow motion, you can tell I blew a wad of material out of this hog. You can also see it collapse on the run. If you turn the audio up, you can hear 2 solid thuds. I decided not to pressure this hurt hog, and I'll look for it in the morning. It was now 9 p.m. I worked towards the pond, scanning with my Pulsar Axiom XM30. I instantly picked up something moving on the shoreline. Since it was on land, I needed to make sure that it wasn't a raccoon. Its large rear hump gave it away that it definitely was not a beaver. 5 minutes later, I caught movement in the water, and we'll pick up the action from here. One shot with the 124 grain Hammer Hunter gutted this first beaver of 2020. 10 minutes later, I spotted the second beaver with my Pulsar Axiom XM30. For the next hour, he would play cat and mouse with me, never getting close to the shoreline. I was going to give it until 10:30 and just call it quits. At exactly 10:15, I spotted a dog or a coyote with my Fluor 736 Thermosite Pro. I am absolutely certain he caught scent of the dead beaver. As I stated earlier, we've had a lot of trespassers here lately, and I wanted to make sure this was not a dog. His long legs and behavior gave him away. I just needed him to clear the trees and the sprinklers. In slow motion, you can see the bullet splash just in front of his chest. This is one lucky coyote. After missing the coyote, I scanned the pond with my Fluor 736. What did I see? Finally, Mr. Beaver on the shoreline, but he was completely on the opposite side of the pond. I zoomed in to 12 times power. Like the first beaver, one shot with the hammer 124 Hunter bullet punched it. But this guy wasn't going to go down without a fight.
That was a hit. And there's the second one, right smack dab in the middle of the pond. Looks like I'm going to be breaking out the kayak. Not what I want to do in 40-degree weather. But you know what's awesome? See that black line? That's blood. This thermal's incredible.
The next morning, I went out to recover the first beaver, but had no luck locating the second one. I finished tearing down the beaver dam. There's something very therapeutic about this process. I looked for the hog. I found the trail that he ran, but found no blood. After watching the video zoomed in, I could tell it was a paunch shot. Time to completely break down this rifle, give it a good cleaning, and head back to the rifle range. Next Friday, Ron and I are going to get after those crows on his property. I may try to call in that bobcat, and maybe the scent of the dead crows will help. We're going to also have some fun with some 4-inch steel. I've got less than 3 weeks until my precision long-range rifle is done, so stay tuned for my next adventure.